Nick Marv of Locked On Cyclones joining Locked On Big 12 in a little crossover edition. So yours truly, 4 weeks ago, was promised BYU and Colorado in the Big 12 championship. Brett Yormark salivating over that. The commissioner wants the two teams that have brought in so much exposure this year. Instead, you have, in my mind, the two best football teams in the Big 12 right now. As it should be. The College Football Playoff Committee has screwed everybody over, but these are, I think we've gotten it right with two teams that are playing really peak football now. Is there any sort of disappointment, interesting air, an aura that's off, knowing that Iowa State's not playing a Colorado and Travis Hunter or a BYU who's been the best story maybe in the conference?
Oh, not over here, I wouldn't say. I think Iowa State plays who's in front of them, realistically. There was a chance even on, you remember, Saturday night that we weren't even going to be in the title game. There was a chance that things go a different way. So I think everyone at Iowa State is really just thrilled to be there, and especially here in Ames. Like, it's been quite a while now, and this is one of our better teams we've had going 7-0 to start the year. Everybody had high hopes, but realistically, I do think Arizona State, one of the best teams in the country. There's an element of maybe some timidness. I don't think it's wishing it was somebody else. I think it's really just being happy to be there.
I'm a Rangers fan. Texas Rangers, that is. And, you know, I would have loved to have won the 2011 World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, I should say. And that would have rocked so hard because you beat one of these legendary MLB brands. Well, instead, our first World Series came against the Diamondbacks. And the way that I would describe it is I'm very grateful we won the World Series. I teared up when Josh Sborz threw the very final out. How cool is that? Celebrate. But also, would have been a little bit neater had it been someone that wasn't the Arizona Diamondbacks. You just don't really care. Nobody cares about the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a brand new team to the Big 12 in Arizona State. If you win this game against an Arizona State brand who's not a top 10 team right now, does it feel like that loses some luster compared to beating a Colorado?
We go back to the vacuum again, right? So compared to a Colorado, everybody wants a shot at Colorado, right? They're playing for hits, not clicks out there, or whatever's the quote right now. Yes. But I'll say this, this is the first season the Cyclones have had 10 wins ever, period. How many seasons has Iowa State played football? Do you
103, 103, right?
I think it's 133 potentially. That's the number I saw. But I also might just be unable to read. That's completely possible. But I'll tell you, I mean, Iowa State right now, we don't really care who it's against. And I can 100% see the side of, it's Arizona State. Well, look at their record last year. Look where they were. This is, the Big 12 stinks. Is that what this is? Is that why they're able to get here? I don't really think that's how it is. I just want to bring home the hardware. I just want to go down to Arlington, get the game, bring it back to Ames, and then put it up on some pedestal somewhere, make it where everyone can see it. Iowa State is now a legitimate football program.
I think the only reason that question should be applied for Iowa State is because it doesn't work in the other direction for Arizona State. I don't think there is a Big 12 team Arizona State would say, well, we wish. Maybe the only one would be BYU because they had that mid-season quasi-rivalry. But for everybody else, Arizona State just feels like chip on the shoulder. They're the new guys in town, and they can already in year one go from 3-9 to dominating and winning the Big 12, going to the college football playoff. So I think they are certainly not happy. We're just happy to be here. I don't believe that's how Arizona State feels, but they're excited to beat anybody and everybody they get. Whereas I do think had BYU made this game and they didn't get Colorado or Arizona State, they would be like, we wanted one of those teams. And the win is just a little bit is taken out because we don't, in fact, live in a vacuum. And if we did, it would be dusty and weird. Nick, if Iowa State wins this game, and I'm happy to represent Arizona State here and give you what it would be for that fan base. But if Iowa State wins this game, what does it do for not just Matt Campbell, for not just Ames, Iowa, but for every Cyclone out there?
Well, for one thing, it's a Cyclone state now. Officially, the Iowa Hawkeyes cannot make too much noise anymore. And it's really just going to bring a whole energy to the town. You know, all the Cyclone fans, we've waited so long. We've been so bad for so long.
133 years to be exact.
Just so long. And it's been a lot of, there was in that, 2-game stretch in the middle of the season, we drop one to TT and then we drop one to Kansas. And granted, Kansas good, Texas Tech at home, homecoming, weird game. It is what it is. But there was an element of, we're still the Cyclones. That is what, that was just all you saw. We start 7-0. You can't give us a good thing because we're going to ruin it. No, if we can pull this off, we're here. We've done it. I can't say we're back, but we're back.
It's a very good Sam Ellinger quote that we're back. I think for Arizona State, I know actually, this cements Kenny Dillingham as a statue guy. You automatically become as a conference champion. Did you know Arizona State have combined for singular BCS big time New Year's Eve bowl win? Combined. That is bad. This would give them an opportunity to play in the college football playoff and ultimately be, similar to Iowa State, kind of the crown jewel of a program that has struggled a lot, has lived in the shadow at times of the team across the street, in this case, Arizona for Arizona State. And that's what Kenny Dillingham, a young, fairly new head coach, is fighting for with his team and his running back that's so damn good and the quarterback who's good as well and all that stuff that's very good for Arizona State. Nick, before we get out of here, the way the game plays out in your mind, if you picture, okay, not even ideally this is how it goes, just based on the X's and O's and everything you've done to research this week, what can we expect from minute 1 to minute 60 on Saturday?
I hate it. I hate to have to say this. I think Arizona State comes out a little bit hotter than Iowa State. We've been slow in the first half all season long, right? Arizona State, maybe they go up 10. I think we get a big play out of Higgins at some point and maybe a big return out of Knoll. I don't think that's an ideal situation. I really do think that those are very much in play here. And then it becomes almost Big Ten football, right? For that third quarter, it's going to be just banging the rock both ways, a couple third and outs, maybe a couple field position battles. And then to end it all, I think it's going to be a one possession game. I mean, you saw the analytics. It's potentially going to be coming down to 1 point here. And it's going to come down to a go-ahead touchdown in, I'd say, the last 3 minutes. And I don't know if the other team will potentially make a run for a field goal there. But I do think it's going to be very, very tight. Arizona State gets out early. Iowa State battles back. It's going to be tough, and it comes down to one score.
It's the Big 12 championship game. It is this Saturday in Arlington, Texas. Nick and myself will both be there. My flight was $900. I booked it today. My credential is in the mail, and I will eat free food at AT&T Stadium, which I've done many times before, and I'm excited to do it again this weekend on Saturday. I'll see you there if you're also there. That is Nick. Marv. We're just going to go with Marv. If you hit subscribe, he gets to keep his job hosting Locked On Iowa State. If you hit subscribe for me, they may still fire me. This has been, it always will be, Big 12 Championship Week. Thanks for making Locked On Big 12 and Locked On Cyclones your first listen every single day. This is Locked On Dose Grande. Hey, it's me again. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is the #1 sports book in Guam, Puerto Rico. Those are all territories of America. And if you visit FanDuel today, I've got a special promo for you. You go to FanDuel and you put $5 down on something, and that hits. You get $150 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. All new customers, $5 turned into $150 in bonus bets if you win. And you're watching the NFL on a Saturday and you think, I know my team is down by 7 at halftime, but I want to place a live bet because I think they're going to come back and win. You do it on FanDuel. You place a live bet because you've checked the latest stats. You've viewed live play-by-play. You know what you're talking about. You know how you know what you're talking about because all of those things are available on the app, the FanDuel app, FanDuel.com to join today. Get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That is FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.